Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is part 2 of working through the Retro2 machine over on hackthebox/vulnlab. Now, if you're new to the vulnlab platform, vulnlab was actually acquired by hackthebox, and they're slowly migrating all the machines over to hackthebox, and Retro2 is a machine that I have never done. So in this series of videos, I have no idea how many parts it's going to be. It could be 5 parts, it could be 10 parts, because I truly don't know what we are going to encounter. In this video series, I am giving you my live and raw attempt at solving this machine. You get to see my methodology and my note-taking process, all of it in real time, showing you the things that other YouTubers don't show you. Because if you think I'm dumb, well, you're also probably dumb. We'll be dumb together and we will learn something in the process together. Now, before we dive into the machine, if you appreciate my content, this is the best way that you can support me. Hey, real quick, if you appreciate my content, one of the best ways you can support me is by enrolling in one of my courses or become a member over on Ko-Fi. I currently have 3 courses available right now. The first one is Introduction to Hacking Methodology. If you are new to offensive security and CTFs and ethical hacking, this course is for you. It's beginner level, but will bring you up to speed rather quickly. My second course is Introduction to AWS Pentesting. This will take you from beginner level to intermediate in the field of AWS pentesting and cloud pentesting. And finally, my latest course is Hands-on Phishing. This will teach you to do full phishing campaigns from the perspective of a pen tester or a red teamer. I cover everything from purchasing domains to configuring DNS and TLS to using GoPhish and Evil Jinx to do full phishing campaigns to bypassing MFA to even spoofing telephone numbers so you can do pretext calling alongside of phishing. And over on Ko-Fi, I have resume reviews, mock interviews, different membership levels, and you can even get my courses on Ko-Fi a little bit cheaper just due to the revenue share. So hey, whether you purchase my courses on Simply Cyber Academy or over on Ko-Fi, that really is the best way you can support me. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and hey, enjoy the rest of this video. All right, and you might also notice above my head, or now to the side of my head, there is chat. I make all of these videos while I am live streaming. If you've never been part of one of my live streams, you are missing out. We have had an amazing, we've been live streaming now for an hour before making this video, and it has been an amazingly fun conversation. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification so that you're notified the next time I go live. And then you also can be part of the live studio audience. But hey, let's go ahead and dive right in where we left off in part 1 of this series. And in part 1, we found a Microsoft Access database file. You can see it right there. And if you remember, we were trying to figure out how the heck do we read this file with Linux, and we couldn't find a good way. And I thought, hey, we could either spend this entire video trying to read this file, or we can just try to do it within our Windows VM. And I think that's going to be the better option. So I also am logged in here on my Windows VM. But the question is, how do I transfer this file from the attack box to my Windows VM? My answer, I don't know for sure, but my hunch is I'm almost certain that these pwn boxes are actually, well, it's not a hunch. I know they're cloud machines, and I think they all have public IPs. So if I do like, what's my IP? I actually think I can open up, gosh, I hate this part of the pwn box. You get captured all the time. Let me go to DuckDuckGo, then I won't get captured. But you can see here's my IP on the pwn box. I actually think I can open up a web server and then access it from my Windows VM, but I don't know for sure. I was going to try this before I stream, but I thought, hey, I want to show everybody the full process. So will this work? Who knows? Let me go ahead and get this pulled up. And we do ls, we got staff right there. I'm going to do Python 3 HTTP server 8080. You guys on stream might be able to access this web server if it actually works. I'm going to copy this web server. I'm going to go over to my Windows machine right here. We'll open up the glorious Microsoft Edge web browser. Actually, don't mind it. When it's well configured, Microsoft Edge works pretty well. And let's see if we can actually hit this web server. And we can. So my hunch was correct. So that's one cool thing that we just learned together. The pwn box actually exposes a public IP address. So if you host a Python web server for good or for bad, it actually is internet facing. So you don't want to expose it with no one when you don't know what files are going to be accessed. But here, this is the only file. If you guys in chat want to go to it, go ahead. I'm going to close it in just a moment. But that does allow us to transfer files from the pwn box to my local VM right here. Could harm your device, YOLO. We don't care if it harms our device. Now, before everyone else tries to connect to my terminal, which I think these are just bots. Here's someone. This might be someone from chat. I have no idea. Oh, we got, this is someone from chat. That is hilarious. Can you do full screen? I cannot do full screen, not on the pwn box. I apologize. I will zoom in though for you guys. There's not a good way to do full screen, I've noticed. So sorry for that. You have to deal with it being within my Windows computer, especially since we're going to be switching back and forth. Although on Windows, I can go full screen for you. Oh, it just went full screen on the wrong screen. That's amazing because that's the kind of thing that Windows does. Can I do it now? Nope. It goes full screen on the wrong screen. Okay. We're also not doing full screen with Windows because even in a virtual machine, Windows sucks. What? My volume booster contains malware. All right. Cool. Anyways, that aside, let's check out this Access database. I don't know if Windows has anything built into it that allows us to view it. If I go to downloads here, we have Microsoft Access database file. If I click it, will it open in anything? I'm pretty sure I can't open a Microsoft Access database file with Notepad, but I really appreciate you suggesting that to me, Windows. That is kind of you to tell me to open up a Microsoft Access data. Yeah, look at that. That's totally the way you open it. Can you unzip these? You know, I'm actually curious about something now. If I go here, did you guys delete the file? No, it is there. Okay, no. Sometimes with some Microsoft files, you can actually unzip them and check them out. Just got pwned with the rootkit, exactly. On my Windows VM, I don't even care. Pwn that thing. We have to figure out a way to view Access databases or their files. So let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe it's Access database viewer. Let's go download some malware. Gosh, even the Windows VM is just slow. The online tool didn't work. What malware can we install? This looks like malware. Let's check that out. Let's check out this malware. Is there not like a tool besides Microsoft Access? Wow, this looks legit. Yeah, download now, 100% secure, guys, or upgrade to Pro. It's it's been tested. It is virus free. Screw it. Let's download some malware, shall we? Wow, this looks about as ghetto as it can get. Our access-recovery.exe. I also don't have Windows Defender enabled on this computer. Let's try the online viewer first before I download more malware. Downloads, staff.access database, open, and start. That's cool. All right, let's go ahead and try out our malware. Screw it. Let's see what happens. Let's install that online since 2007. All right, I accept the crypto miner. I'm curious what's going to happen here. I will be the guinea pig. Sure, go ahead and fill up my Windows desktop. Yep, Tyler Scamsby is going to get scammed. Exactly. Wow. We've installed the SysTools product. Let's launch it. You guys remember our earlier conversation? Are we cooked, chat? Remember how I don't like that? We might be cooked. All right, we got the crypto miner opened. You are currently using the evaluation version of the product. All right, we're going to continue our demo. This looks so ghetto. All right, actions, browse. Hey, if this works in exchange for a crypto miner, I'll take it. What do I recover? How? What do I do? It said it was a user's table recovered. Users table found equals -2. How do you find -2 tables? Is that like a Microsoft thing? You can have negative tables in a Microsoft product? CSV file. We're going to export it to downloads. Okay, export save. Are you serious? I have to purchase the full version. Why would it not show me the tables? Wow, what are you guys saying over in chat? In MDB tools, I think I saw that before. Let's try it. Now that I installed the crypto miner, oh, it's already on here. How do these tools work? Which one opens? Which one of them opens Microsoft Access databases? Oh, we got a raid. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible human being. I did not even see the raid. I was too busy getting malware on my Windows computer. Thank you so much for the raid. And Restream doesn't even show me who raided. I want to make sure I give a proper thank you. I will say, for those of you who are just jumping in with the raid, hello and welcome. I'll switch over to this camera. My name is Tyler Ramsby. I am a pen tester, ethical hacker by day, and at night I make ethical hacking content. What we are doing in this stream is we are attempting to hack an Active Directory or a Windows machine in real time, and as you can tell in the process, I'm probably downloading malware and crypto miners to my Windows VM, but that is all part of the fun. My primary channel is YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and look up Tyler Ramsby, but I have like over 600 videos all about ethical hacking and all of those things. So Cyborg, thank you so much for the raid. What were you guys doing over on your stream over on Twitch? But seriously, I cannot thank you enough for the raid. Massive raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. If you guys want to learn more about who I am, if you go over to hacksmarter.org, this is our website, the Hack Smarter Terminal. You can get Discord, courses, streaming info, all of the fun stuff. Let me drop that over in chat. But there you're doing. There you can find it. We're doing over the wire. Exactly. Can you pen test a system for me privately for fun? If you pay me, like I do this for my job, so I don't generally just do free pen testing. A raid on Twitch is when someone takes all of their viewers and sends them over to you. Anyways, guys, we just started a machine called Retro2, and it's a very unique machine when it comes to hacking Active Directory. We found shares, which is pretty common, but one of the shares just includes a Microsoft Access database file. And I don't use Windows. Like my primary OS is Ubuntu, and we're trying to solve this for fun. Instead of using my VM, we're trying to use Hack the Box's Pwnbox just to see if it sucks or not. But we literally can't open this file. I even booted up my Windows VM and downloaded some crazy freaking malware called SysTools Access Recovery. And when I try to browse to the table and open it, it recovers -2 tables. Now it didn't even give me, oh, when I hit recover, here we go. It found a -2 tables on the database name staff, but there are no tables. After you select tables, I can't select tables. Being paid to be a hacker, man, must be fun. It is fun. Wow. Well, I love it in chat. You guys are all amazing. But yeah, I don't even know what we're doing, y'all. But I'm glad that you're here to watch the train wreck. It is an honor to have you here. So what we're trying to figure out is there is a tool set called MDB Tools. You know, I don't use Microsoft products. I only use Microsoft when I'm hacking. I'll use Microsoft for some Active Directory hacking. That is about it. I could download Access, but that takes away the fun. Is Access free? Like, that's how much I don't use Microsoft. Can I just download Microsoft Access without having the Microsoft 365 adware? Let's just see if we can download Microsoft Access. All right, let's download this malware. I don't know which malware is worse. See, it's so stupid. Can I just download freaking Microsoft Access as a standalone application? All right, bet. This might actually work. So our first malware of access-recovery.exe, that one only installed the crypto miner on our VM. But access runtime _4288-1001 _x64 blah, blah, blah. Now this might be the real malware. We might be cooking with this, as the youngins say. Maybe I have to close this malware first. Yes. Oh, here we go. Microsoft Office. Let's go. Let's extract those files. Hey, also say, for all of you in the raid, is anyone in the raid going to be at DEF CON? I'm hosting a meetup with an open bar. I will buy you drinks. I'm also on the keynote panel for the Red Team Village on Friday with NahamSec and Zero Day. Make sure you swing by. You know, while we wait for this to install, Simply Cyber Hack Smarter meetup. Here is the event. So if you want to hang out and tell me how stupid I am in person, here you go. Come to the meetup. It is $5 just so we have accurate head count, but we're donating all of the money. We're not keeping it. And it's actually costing me a lot of money to do this. Me and Jerry are paying for drinks for everyone. So come and have a drink on me at this meetup. What's Microsoft doing? How long is this going to take? Well, while this installs, let's see if we can figure out a way to do it from Hack the Box's Pwn box, shall we? So this MDB Tools has some components. What can it all do? Export table to CSV or SQL formats. Let's try that. Okay, that didn't work. Option file table. Well, I just want you to do that. Oh, do you have to specify the table? Users. Staff. Okay. Oh, thank you. You guys are dropping it in chat. I'm just ignoring chat and YOLOing this. All right, staff that. What? File does not appear to be an Access database. Do we have to repair the file first? I'm telling you guys, these Volnet machines are hard. No, I'm not going to continue my Office experience online. Jeez. Get your bloatware out of here. Where's it at? Do I really have to go online to finish installing an offline program? No, here it is. We're cooked, chat. First things first, we're not going to install updates. We already installed the crypto miner. Updates aren't going to save us. Shoot, there is a password. How do you... How do you... There is no, like, John to access database hash that I'm aware of. If you guys made an access database and you set a password, what would you set the password as? I've been in the field for 3 years, naturally curious. I know it seems like I've been here for 3 minutes, but 3 years. I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that goes into my main story. I was actually in pastoral ministry for 10 years, but I also did IT on the side. So I've been doing some type of IT work since 2012, but I've been in the field of ethical hacking as a professional for 3 years. You guys think it's not the password, but not the password. Nope, not a valid password. Come on, chat. Maybe we should run strings on it. Maybe. By running strings, it will be like, hey, here's the password. You guys look through here. You tell me when you see the password, okay? I knew you guys were freaking bots. You even hid that in there, you bots. You're not even real people watching me. You're all bots. All right, do you guys see the pass? Oh, I saw something. Oh, whoa, what's this stuff? What is this stuff, ladies and gentlemen? We actually do have some encryption information at the top here. Now I just need to figure out how to use this, but I think that's the hint that we are missing. I'm going to go back up here where we're doing this. Well, here we'll make a new H2 and we will say crying while we try to access the access database. And we have some encryption information there. I want to grab a screenshot just for my notes showing how we got that. So we'll use Flameshot down here. We ran strings on it. I think this will be good enough. And I forgot that I'm doing it from my host machine. Usually I do all this from a VM, so I Alt-Tab back and forth, but I can't do that when I'm using the Pwn box. I didn't think strings was actually going to do anything, guys. I'm legit impressed. But I also don't quite understand how all of this works. I'm going to cheat a little bit, y'all. Let me stop sharing my screen just for a moment because I am on my host machine and I don't know if I'm logged in or not. So generally I don't like using AI. I use it for my job, but when I'm like streaming and trying to learn, I think when you use AI, it short circuits a learning process, but I don't feel like reading about this. So I'll just say, how is this encrypted and can I decrypt it with this info? We'll see if Gemini helps. But you cannot decrypt it with just this information. Of course I can't. The header itself doesn't contain the encrypted data. It only provides the parameters used for encryption. The XML snippet describes the encryption settings for a Microsoft Office document, likely from Office 2007. Okay. Okay. Look at our AI. To decrypt the file, you'll need to supply the correct password. Well, yes. That's insane. How would I do that? Is there an Office or John to Office type stuff? Okay, that might actually work. Office to John might actually work. This is all I had to do? Oh my goodness, I'm dumb. I know I said I've been doing this for 3 years. Clearly I haven't. I'm lying to you. I am lying to you. I don't know what I'm doing, but we do have a hash here. So let me go ahead and grab this hash information. I'm going to copy it. We'll do nano hash.text. We'll paste that in. We're going to do hashcat user share wordless rocku.text. There's always a to John, I know. I was thinking like, what's Microsoft Access to John? But it's just Office to John. Who would have thought? TIL. Today I learned. And we'll see if we're able to crack this with rocku.text. We have now spent 25 minutes installing malware twice because Office is malware. But we found the password. We cracked it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have it. We'll drop that in there. Whoops. My bad. There we go. And we're going to grab class 08 right there. Let's go over to our malware. Enter in the database password. Hit OK. Potential security concern. We've already downloaded malware. We don't care. Where's the database? You stupid thing. Save as. Open. I hate Microsoft. Save. What do you mean? Gosh, guys, I really hate Microsoft. The database has been open read-only. You can only change data and link tables. Bruh. This is a very helpful table. Do you guys see all of the secret information in this Access database? I do. I don't actually know what to do at this point. Let's just, you know, when all else fails, it is Windows. Maybe we just need to reopen it. I'm going to save it somewhere else. Let's save it to my desktop. I already have the password, Computer Cyber. But now I need to read the database. But when I try to read the database, what is going on? What do you mean it's already in use? No crap, it's already in use. I'm trying to freaking read it. You stupid. As the youngins say, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out on this one, y'all. Close the tool used to recover. Is that the issue? I thought I did close that. All right, let's try this again. Where's the database? What? Okay. What do I do now? Well, let's start over. Maybe the file's broken. It is not open in Microsoft Access. There's nothing here. What? This is no longer located. Okay. Fine. Wow, what is going on? We have the password for the Microsoft database that we can't freaking read. So we're going to do Python 3 HTTP server 8080 again to open up a server. I don't remember the IP of this box. What's my IP? Well, that's a DuckDuckGo so we don't get hit with the CAPTCHA. Maybe your version of Access is too new. Very possible. At this point, though, this is why most YouTubers don't do these machines live. Because then this happens. You guys can go download the hash if you want from the Pwn box. Okay, we're going to keep... I'm going to go to downloads now. I'm going to try to open this file. And the database password was class 08. There is nothing. Try running access in compatibility mode. All right. I would love to if it actually pulled up when I type Microsoft Access. Why does it not pull up? And it goes to search. Guys, Windows sucks. Who uses Windows and why do you use it? It is a freaking terrible operating system. We might have to figure out how to do it with MDB tools. Surely there is a way that we can use MDB tools. Maybe. What up, Matt Johansson? Good to have you here, my friend. We are slowly dying, crying, because Windows is terrible. And this is rough. We're not able to do anything with this. This is the problem with solving machines live, ladies and gentlemen. It's craziness like this. I don't actually even know what to try at this point. Like I opened up this malware that's Windows. I downloaded more malware called Microsoft Access. We have the database file. We cracked the password. Close Microsoft. I should just reboot the Windows machine and reopen it because it's Windows. Man. And the one time that I need Windows is the one time I'm trying to solve the machine live on stream, right? If I could just do everything in Linux. Zero exit. It should have worked when you open it in Access. Have you done this machine before? I think it's an Access problem, not an issue with the file. Well, how am I supposed to solve that? I work for Hack the Box. Oh, well, I guess you have good reasoning to tell me it should have worked. So at least I'm hearing from Hack the Box themselves that I'm not doing anything wrong. It should have worked when I open it with Access. You guys watch me, all right? You tell me if I am doing something wrong here. We have class 08. We have Hack the Box in chat telling me I'm doing it right. I enter in the database password. I hit OK. We have the mark of the web. This is a general security feature of Microsoft products. I know mark of the web because I have to bypass it sometimes when I do phishing. I use open, and this is what I get. Oh, and then it just closed out. Did I hit exit? I must have hit exit. I don't know what to do. This is my only Windows VM. There is nothing that I can see with that file. Frustrating. But I'm glad at least, like, I'm not doing anything technically wrong, I guess. Maybe. But I am at the 30-minute mark where I make these standalone videos. And I told you guys, I'm going to show you the full process of solving this machine, even if it means we just spent 34 minutes trying to open up an Access database that, even according to Hack the Box, I am doing it correct, but there's something bugged out with my Access that I installed on my Windows VM. But this is the full process. This is what the YouTubers are not showing you. So when I was first getting into this field, let me go full camera here. When I was first getting into this field, I would try to work through these machines on like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me, and I would get stuck like I am now. And then I would go to YouTube and I would watch like a walkthrough video of a YouTuber explaining it. And what took me 8 hours of banging my head against the keyboard, questioning my career choices and questioning my own existence, they solve it in 15 minutes. And I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be a pen tester. There's no way I will ever be at that level. And then what I learned is they're also not at that level. That those walkthrough videos, that person solved it ahead of time or likely just looked at a walkthrough themselves. They have all their notes pulled up on a side screen and they make that 15-minute walkthrough video for YouTube and they make no mistakes or they edit out the mistakes. There's very few people who are like, hey, let me do this live in real time and show you what it's like. But the reality is, whether it's a actual pen test that you're doing or solving a machine on Hack the Box, the 30 minutes of just struggle busing and troubleshooting I just showed you is what pen testing actually looks like. It looks like troubleshooting. It looks like Googling. It looks like using GPT. It looks like doing things that should work, but they don't work in the moment, and having to reroute and rethink, how am I going to solve this? How am I going to work through this? So everything I just showed you guys, it may not look as sexy as Hollywood hacking or short 15-minute walkthrough video, but this is real world. I do this for a living. I struggle just as much as you do. If I can get a job as a pen tester, surely you can also get a job as a pen tester. Hey y'all, this is Tyler from the future. I continued, there's us in stream, banging my head against the keyboard. Eventually what we ended up doing was downloading a full version of Microsoft Office 365 into my Windows VM. We finally have a full version of Access. We opened it, we entered in the password, and now we see some data, but we're at a screen that's prompting us to log in or get a 5-day pass. Now, I'm going to do the 5-day pass so we can read this Access database, but I wanted to make sure I record this moment and add it to the end of part 2 so that you can see me eventually resolve this Sega. But I can tell you, we spent at least another 30 or 40 minutes trying to troubleshoot this. Just realize you probably don't want to watch that on screen. So let's go ahead and see if we can accept our 5-day pass. Oh, you respect my privacy. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. No, you're not getting optional data. No, don't personalize. Done. There it is. We have the LDAP reader account and password. That is what we were aiming for. Now, before we sign off and lose access to this, I'm going to grab this as a screenshot. We're going to do Control-C, jump over to our notes, drop it in there, and I'm going to copy. I don't know if this script's going to be needed later on, but I never want to come back to this part of the machine. So I'm going to drop in the full script there, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it took a lot of work, but we have solved it. Everyone on stream can sleep. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.